All right. Hi, everyone. Kaye Dixon here. How are you? Ambassador Diamond with It Works Global. I've been with It Works for now almost 9 years, 8.5 years. It is such an honor to be on with you tonight. We are going to be talking to you all about Instagram, only Instagram tonight. This is a series of social media trainings that we're doing. Last week we did Facebook, so if you missed that one, you must plug into it because it was fantastic. And tonight is solely about Instagram, and we are going to talk to you about how to brand your Instagram, how to grow your Instagram, what to post and why. And we're going to give you some really amazing statistics too, because we talked about last week that I want you guys to be really understanding of is this platform has changed a lot over the course of the last, Instagram came out in 2010. And it really kind of hit the wave over the last couple of years as far as opportunity for us to brand through sales. Oops, we have to mute you. Sorry. So much love, but I have to mute you. Hold on, I'm going to have to mute all again. Okay, sorry, if you're a host, you can unmute yourself again, but it's fine. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to know is Facebook purchased Instagram back in, I think, 2012. And ever since then, it's really changed as far as becoming a really incredible opportunity for us to brand ourselves through sales. And so our team that's on with me tonight, we pulled up some really incredible statistics. And I want you guys to understand just how important Instagram can be to the growth of your business. And so here's just a few, and we'll probably shout out some more as we go along tonight. 80% of Instagram users live outside of the United States. I think that's fascinating considering we're a global company in 21 countries right now. Most Instagram users are between the ages of 18 and 29 years old. So a very youthful crowd. I think about myself, I'm 29, almost 30. So just getting out of that is just fascinating to me. That the majority of them are probably in college, in that, kind of early start to their workforce, just getting out of college, just getting started in the world. 6 in 10 online adults have Instagram accounts. Female internet users are more likely to use Instagram than men. 32% of teenagers consider Instagram to be the most important social network. So that kind of up and coming 18 to 19-year-olds. 32% of Instagram users attended college. And let's see, there's some really, really, really good ones down here. There are over 600 million Instagrammers. Of that 600 million, 400 million are active every single day. Wow. There are over, 51% of the Instagram users access the platform daily, so over half, and 35% say they look at the platform several times per day. 95 million photos and videos are shared on Instagram per day. 95 million per day. Wow. Over 40 billion photos and videos have been shared on Instagram since its conception.
Wow.
There are 8 million registered businesses using Instagram business profiles. Instagram has 1 million monthly active advertisers. Fascinating. 60% of the top brands on Instagram use the same filter for every post.
I love that one.
Right? Tonight we're really going to talk to you guys about branding and really making your profile really streamlined. In March 2017, over 120 million Instagrammers visited a website, got directions, called, emailed, or direct message to learn about a business. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and just a few more. 50% of Instagram users follow at least one business. 60% of users say they have learned about a product or service on the platform. 60% they've learned about a product or service. That's a really high percentage. 100 million users use the stories feature daily. I love the stories feature. I hope we do get a chance to talk about that tonight. I'm sure we will. Instagram posts with at least one hashtag average 12.6% more engagement than those without. Just a couple more. And we found this one really interesting. The best time to post on Instagram for the most engagement, this is just blowing my mind, is at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. I don't know why, but 5 p.m. on a Wednesday is the best time to post on Instagram for the most engagement. So this is going to be exciting with these statistics, and we'll post these on our team pages because I know that you guys didn't get all that. But we're going to talk about how this important feature first is for you guys to really clean up your Instagram, whether you have 100 followers, 200 followers. Katie's going to talk about how she started thing 300 followers, or you have thousands of followers. It's so important that you guys clean up your Instagram and really brand it. So I'm going to introduce you to a couple of people who are going to talk about that tonight, specifically Chase and Stephanie, who are rocking it in this platform. So I'm going to introduce Chase to you. Chase, how's it going, man?
Hi. It's going great. I loved all of those stats. You know, we all came together as leaders and went over this before coming on tonight, and a lot of this we already knew, and a lot of it, I guess even more so, we didn't know, and I'm really excited to sink my teeth into all this. But yes, my name is Chase Balzer, and I'm double diamond. I'm 26 years old. To be really short and brief, I started off as a customer, actually. You will find that some of your best distributors start off as customers first. And I started part-time in college for some extra money. I was full-time at Virginia Tech. Right after I joined, we had some hard times hit our family. Ended up filing bankruptcy, and that's when a lot of aha moments, a lot of fear went out the window, because selling $25 wrap cash meant dinner some nights, and that's what really started getting the juices flowing. Had some fun on college campuses, kept building. I did wrap parties at sorority houses while my friends partied. I graduated as a double diamond, and now I live in sunny Sarasota, and I am pushing for the triple baby.
You were rocking. You had a big month, July, you guys. I have to say, huge applause to our team, because July we were well over 20% in team volume. And I'm telling you, your leadership is exceptional. I'm so proud of you guys for just rocking it out and really pushing for these promotions. It just felt so good to have a big July in the middle of summer. Like, it's like the graph is changing. Everything is just so inspiring right now. So a huge applause. I just had to say that because it was awesome. July was life-changing. I see that. That's so cool. Very, very cool. So, Chase, let's talk about this Instagram profile, because it's first important that everyone realizes, you know, it's okay to take a day or two just to clean it up, and why that's important to really be able to start growing. You know, I look at Instagram differently than I do Facebook. I look at Instagram like a magazine ad. I look at it like, you know, it's got to be something that, you know, when I look at firsthand, I want to be inspired by it. I want to be intrigued by it. I want to know more. I want to read into it more. So can you talk about how everyone some steps for everyone to do that, to really make it, you know, impactful, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, because people want to see clean, good-looking photos on their timeline. And I think it's really important for us. I love that statistic that we read off today, which was 60% of businesses who use an Instagram account use the same filter for every photo that they post. This is a lot like going hand in hand with your brand, making it look clean, making it look like the same thing. And the way to do that, of course, you guys, is you want to be taking plenty of really clear pictures when you are posting on Instagram. You really need to take the time and realize that when you see these pretty Instagram accounts and stuff like that, that's not the first picture that they took. That could be the 10th or even the 50th picture of that type that they were trying to get the right one. Okay, so first and foremost, take time and invest in what you're taking a picture of. Make sure you've got good lighting. Don't be afraid to snap a few and find your favorite one. Clean off your camera lens every time you take a photo, guys. This is something that is so simple, and it's crazy that people don't do it. And sometimes we can have oil from our hands on there, or smudges, and we just think our camera's not focusing when really it's just a dirty lens. So be sure to do that. But as far as making it look good, cleaning it up, you know, I really think that making sure that you have the same filter is really, really important when working with photos. So the app that I like to use, you guys, for filtering all my photos except before and after pictures, we do not filter before and after pictures, is PicTapGo. Okay, that's PicTapGo, and it is a great filtering app for you to be able to stack different types of filters on top of each other, dim them, intensify them, and really come up with a really good look. So I use like the same filters every single time when I use this app. That's why it gives my Instagram a nice clean look. All the photos really kind of match with their color and their clarity and their crispy lookingness, so to speak. So that's really important. Now, as far as cleaning it up is really important, you guys. And the thing is this is something that we do on a regular basis, because sometimes there are things that I just want to post and it's not exactly the perfect thing. But if I can have it up for 24 hours to get some engagement or some interaction, after that, I'll take it down if it's not flowing with what I have going on. Also, focusing on the F's is really going to help you organize the way that your page looks, be able to balance what you're posting, because you don't want to have like business, 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 life, life, life. It has to be a mixture of things, okay? It's got to look kind of like a blog, so to speak. So the F's, guys, when focusing on posting are, I'm going to type them in the group chat also, are family, friends, faces, food, fun, funny, fitness, fashion, and fur babies. I think I got all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fur babies. Food. Oh, and food. I think I left one out, but I'll get to it. So this is a really great way to be able to look at your account and see what you're missing, how to properly balance it. But Kaye also talks about this a lot too, is that, you know, sometimes we take pictures and store them away, okay, because that picture might not look best in the sequence of photos. You might need to find a different type of photo, okay? So clean it up, stick to the F's, make sure that you're using same filters, great lighting, taking time with your pictures, and you'll be really, really set. Now, as far as like promo pictures when it comes to product, the It Works Pinterest account has great photos for product if you don't have them. But taking your own are really important as well because they're original. But when it comes to things like before and afters and you know, informational things, those are best for like your story and stuff because they're up for a day. People can go and see them, but they don't clutter your account and it still looks really clean. Because you have to remember, it's those first 9 to 15 pictures that most people look at when they go to your page. They don't just, it's uncommon for people to just scroll. So you want to make sure that those first 9 to 15 pictures are really clean. Kaye, is there anything else I didn't cover?
Let's do this. Let's pop over to Stephanie. And
Okay.
that way we know that if we've missed something, we'll be able to come back. So Stephanie Garcia, hey girl.
Hi, I'm here.
I know. All right. So you're rocking it out on Instagram. So let's first just talk about branding and let's continue the conversation that we're having with Chase. You want to introduce yourself, kind of tell everybody who you are?
Sure. So my name's Stephanie. I'm from Southern California. I've actually been with It Works for over 7.5 years. And I actually started this very belly to belly. Kaye, you probably can relate to this because we didn't have social media back then. But I will say since I got pregnant with my son, I kind of knew I was going to make a shift because people were already like, I noticed other distributors tapping and dabbling into social media. And I saw that teams were being built that way that I was like, I'm going to change the way that I'm building my business. And so I would say I probably get about 80 to 90% of my business from Instagram.
Wow.
So it could be a huge part it could be a huge platform for you, but it's only going to be that if you treat it like a business. And Chase has already talked about this, but branding is just so huge because one of the biggest compliments for me is when somebody reaches out to me and they tell me, you know, I follow a lot of It Works girls, but I wanted to reach out to you because I feel like I just feel like I know you. And in that moment, I know right then and there, it wasn't that I was throwing up about the product, throwing up about the business, being very generic. I put time into my posts, and I think sometimes people feel like I don't know what to say, but really all you have to do is look at some of the leaders, mix up a little bit of the verbiage and put a spin so that it's you. Because a lot of times people don't realize that when they start doing social media, they almost feel like they have to be a commercial, and then it no longer is their page. It doesn't look like them anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably one of the most important things for new distributors looking to build their business through social media right now.
So as far as the overall, we know, like Chase said, those first 9 to 15 photos are so important. And just when we're just talking about just getting that, maybe even how you, what you put at the top, Stephanie, just what you should, how you kind of talk about yourself in your profile and how you should introduce yourself, not be such a sales, not be so salesy and just be more personal. So let's talk about that a little bit and how they can really clean it up right now.
Okay. So if you're looking at like your bio on Instagram, what does it say about you? Does it show people like what your interests are? Maybe what is your favorite thing to do? Are you into baseball? Are you into shopping? Are you into going to the movies? What are characteristics that people can relate to you? And once they can relate, then they're like, oh, I want to follow this girl because they can relate with you. Mommy's on. And then another thing is people really like emojis. So on your bio, try to put emojis. So like what I do is after every everything that I put on there. So like on mine, it'll say like proud mama, and it'll have like a baby emoji, wife, and then it'll have a wedding ring. So like after every title that you put on your bio, mix in a lot of emojis. It may sound silly, but I promise, like it kind of looks really streamlined and it's very nice. First off, you can't put your websites if you haven't figured it out. You cannot post your website on Facebook or Instagram. They're blocked. And I'm actually kind of glad, because here's the thing. They don't want you to make money off of social media. So that you have to go around this by being social. And you also, I love filtering people from Instagram to Facebook, because we can't do an online party on Instagram. So when I start interacting and meeting people through Instagram, if they're sparking interest in the product, but they're being a little hesitant, then I'm always like, hey girl, do you have Facebook? And if they say they do, then I'm like, let's connect there. I'm having a party Thursday night. So that's just another way for them to see you, continuously. So if they missed you on Instagram on a post that you just made, typically whatever posts I put on Instagram, maybe not all, but I would say half of them go to Facebook. So I try to do that too. So funneling them.
Any other tips on just overall appearance of photos before we move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Sorry. Okay. No, I just, please add to this. I didn't want to take up your time. But things like, don't post stuff where it's, pictures that have quotes on them are motivational, inspirational things are great to post, but pictures with product information and sale information and join my team, $99 and this, that, and the other, that is spammy and salesy. You're so much better doing a lifestyle type post, a selfie being with your family out and about, and then sprinkling that information into the verbiage that you personally write up. It's going to have so much more of a connection than just another commercially post. Because guys, people don't go to bed at night saying, I wish I had seen one more commercial. We see it on TV, we see it on social media, we hear it on the radio. Nobody wants that. You're on Pandora and you have to listen to one to get to the next song, and it's just driving you crazy. So people don't want to see that. So make sure that you clean it up. Stay away from product information or team information that is verbiage on an actual picture. Do a lifestyle post with that information thrown in on it. And then also, pictures of the product on the website. Don't screenshot your photos of product from the website and post them. Order the product and take pretty pictures of it. Or until you do that, go to the Pinterest account and find really beautiful pictures of products and stuff like that. and you're going to be a lot happier. But definitely go to our Instagram accounts. Mine is at ChaseBFit. Stephanie can share hers. Kaye can share hers if you don't know it, and just look at it, and you're going to get lots of great ideas of how we keep it clean, and you're going to see all the different examples of the F's and stuff like that. But Stephanie, please go.
I just want to say, since you guys are giving out like Instagram accounts, like just don't follow all of us, because you know, you want to be able to follow, like it kind of messes with the algorithm when you follow a bunch of it works people. So my Instagram is Miss Steph Mac all together. And you're more than welcome to what I call ghost follow. So like you can just save my name in your phone, and then you can always come back and look at the photos. I just wanted to mention, like on your photos, like when you're posting, look at like really like take a minute to edit them. Like just take a minute. I know sometimes like you're in a rush and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to throw it together. And then it doesn't look that good. Like we take a couple minutes and we really like focus. We'll pop pictures by popping the detail on something. And let me tell you, a little goes a long way, because people are scrolling through their phone, and when they see those pretty pictures, they're like, whoa, look at what are they doing? Oh, that looks like fun. So I always feel like I'm presenting myself the way that I would want to see someone else on Instagram.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah. And the lighter and the brighter and the more
color and vibrant. Yeah.
Yeah. And the more white space and the cleaner it is, you guys, the more likely someone is going to be attracted to your photo. And that's really what Stephanie and Chase are saying, is that immediate first just look. You want to draw them in, because there's no other way to draw them in on Instagram. There's no other way. It's all based on photos. You have to be drawn in through the photos. So this is why we're talking about this first tonight. This is so important for you to learn this and to take on these skills and use these apps and filter your photos. And I promise you, you're going to learn this. If you decide to take this on, it's going to start to make sense for you, because each one of us had to learn this. I didn't take a photography class. I didn't take some like photo editing class. I didn't go, like none of us, this was all a new platform to us after we joined It Works. This is not something that we came in and there was some class on it. So it's Zooms like this, it's recordings like this that have helped us learn too. And you guys are just going to learn so much tonight. So anybody else on branding before we move on to the next topic?
Oh, if we're still talking about branding, I just have one quick thing. As far as branding yourself, you guys, people are going to first and foremost buy you before they buy the product. They're going to fall in love with you, your lifestyle, your energy, and all that stuff. So make sure to keep it positive and upbeat always. We never share any negativity, nothing like that. One of the statistics that we read today, which we didn't read to you guys, was that 24.6% of Instagram users have faced some sort of bullying or verbal cyber abuse from Instagram. So we want to be the cheerleaders and the positivity and all that and be out there. But it's also really good to have a passion subject that is maybe different than It Works, that you can share on a regular basis. For example, Jessica Pearson, she loves, like education about pit bulls, because of the whole controversy about pit bulls and how they're great family dogs, and it just brings in more different traffic. If St. Jude's Hospital is something that's really important to you, you could do that. Find like a passion thing that you can throw in there. Right now for me, it's really about fitness and whole food. And I know that kind of goes in with It Works, but I branded myself through healthy lifestyle, because that's what our company is lifestyle. So I've incorporated it all. So find a passion project, a fun conversational piece that you can post about that'll really show who you are on the inside, along with the F's, because you want to be selling yourself as well. But that's it.
So let's talk about some post examples, because I think it's important now to talk about what we're posting about. We did talk about the branding aspect of this, and we did talk about cleaning it up, but let's talk about some specifics about what we're actually posting about, because I know, Chase, you mentioned like food, friendships, fun, fashion, but let's talk about it from a perspective of if most people are new to this, or if people aren't quite new to it but really want to clean it up and make this more a part of their business, what is the most important thing to post? You know, and Stephanie, when I think about you and your family, and I look through your account, I see so much of your son, and I just see that the bright smiles and the happiness, but it's also the stories that you share once that picture is liked, and once that picture has drawn their attention, it's about what is that content? You know, because I really find with Instagram, it's more about delivering content that people are going to remember you by, and they're going to get something from, and they're going to maybe learn something that day, or like you said, Stephanie, it's refreshing for them. They want to be more involved in your life. So let's talk about some things that we can use to like, what are we posting? And let's all give some examples.
Okay, you want me to go since we were talking about? Okay, so when I'm making a post, I want it to be like almost like emotional. Like people are like, that photo like told a story, you know? And so like when I do like family photos, I always express how blessed I am, how what my life is. And if you're not there yet, if you're not like, hey, I'm not even making $100 yet, I just signed up. Okay, where are you going then? So talk about what this is doing for you. What, like, it may be a basket full of groceries from Target. Shoot, people would be like, heck yeah, like sign me up. I want to make some like Target money. So like, you know, it could be mad money to get nails done. Like take a selfie of you like getting your nails done and talk about how this business is like changing your life. Like don't leave out the business. I feel like you're like, I know sometimes people are so afraid. They're like, I'm making a lifestyle post, but I'm not talking about the business. And I'm like, talk about the business, like lead with the business, fall back on the product. So it's like being emotional and being open to be a little vulnerable. I know a lot of times people are hesitant about posting like, oh, I don't want people knowing where I'm at. Then post it the next day. You know how many photos I post and I didn't take it today because I have my hair in a hat right now?
Yes.
Not a big deal.
On that note, right? When I have a good hair day, I'm pregnant right now, so there's a lot of like not good hair days, but I grab, and when I have good lighting, all those things that Chase said, I'm going to grab one post I posted, I got flowers in my kitchen and I put a pack of wraps up, and I literally put like 4 of the products up there, took pictures with, I had a wrap party. Like, you can take 8 pictures in one day and spread them out on your account. I do that all the time.
Photo shoots. I'm telling you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Half the time I look like this, you know, and then if I curl my hair one day, I might go put on a couple of different knit work shirts and take some photos around my house so that I have content to post at a later time, because let's face it, I'm a mom too. I'm running around like, you know, in my sweats all day, and people want to see that, and that's true, but they want to more see that on Facebook. Not so much on Instagram. Again, Instagram's like a magazine ad. You really have to kind of get the flow down in this scenario and really kind of, you know, keep it clean. So, you know, have your photo shoots if you have a great hair day. And that's what we all do that. We all save content, or I'll take a picture of, you know, a meal I'm having out with Scott or Scott and Kennedy or friends, and I'll take a picture of a meal, and I'll take a couple different photos, and then I'll store them. Maybe I don't post it that day because I've already posted some food. Maybe I post it next couple days and use it as a business post. So it's just to keep the Instagram clean, because I might get a really great idea about, you know, friendships, fun, freedom, and, you know, having the freedom to go out to lunch on a Tuesday with my friends, but I posted on, you know, Tuesday and that meal was Monday. I don't know. That happens. So let's just give you some perspective.
Absolutely.
So, Katie, I want to hear from you. What about you? What kind of content are your followers looking for? And you started out with 300 followers on Instagram, and you built yourself to triple diamond primarily on Instagram. That's impressive.
Yeah, I started with not a lot of followers. I actually, when I first started the business, I used Instagram like pretty, like I would like to say like occasionally. Facebook was my main thing, and then like it was because I was getting frustrated. I didn't take the time to really learn it. But once you learn it, I feel that Instagram is just like a gold mine. I love it. And I have like a pretty good schedule with Instagram. I follow a lot of people a day, and then I unfollow whoever doesn't follow me back. I have a 24-hour rule, so I follow people at the same time every night. And then if you don't follow me back in 24 hours, you're not active enough for me to want you on my team, so I unfollow. That's kind of how I build my followers. I follow anywhere from like, this is pretty a big number, but it's kind of like the ratio. It's about 200 to 300 a day. And if you don't like kind of that way, because you don't want to expect for all the new people out here, just to throw some statistics here, out of 200 to 300 followers, you might get anywhere from 75 to 100 back. So you want to make sure you're constantly cleaning that out to make sure your following isn't like ridiculously higher. You always want to keep it lower than your followers. As far as my content goes, I love to space stuff out, and I'm like a really like OCD about my pictures being spread. Like I like to have like a picture of like kind of, I just like to pose like Chase was saying, like the F's, but I don't like to have like 5 selfies. Like you want to do like a selfie, take a far, like don't put like 2 pictures of you next to each other. Have somebody take your photo every once in a while. Like if you're out and you're looking cute, you know, take a picture of you from far away, like with something in the background, and always be mindful when you're taking Instagram photos what's in the background of your photo, and like really look at that. So when I kind of had to like train my husband to take my picture, because you want to sure that like if we're eating at like, let's just say Red Lobster, you want to take a picture in front of Red Lobster and have the full Red Lobster sign in the background, but you being focused. So it's like the focus is on you, but it's clear in the background to see Red Lobster. Those kind of things are like really important. But make sure that you take not just like the selfies and far away photos, but also take pictures of like things that you're doing, things that you like, and kind of like engage with like your likes and your interests, in addition to like what's going on in your life. Like, so if you look at my Instagram, you can clearly see that I am a mom of a little girl. I'm married and I have 2 dogs. And then like, kind of like I just got a new car. And then maybe like what I'm eating that day, maybe I made like a good lunch. My nails, I always post about my nails. Every 2 weeks on the dot, I get my nails done. So every 2 weeks, there's an Instagram post of what color I did my nails. I just like to show people like what I'm doing. I'll even do like the grocery store. I know somebody said that earlier about posting like my groceries. As far as posting about the business and stuff, it's very important. I do about 3 to 4 posts on Instagram. And I like to say 1 business, 1 product, and 1 to 2 lifestyles. So it kind of like 1's more guided towards the business, 1's more guided to the product, and then 1 to 2 strictly like random. Like they could just be like a random post about what's going on. That way you're not flooding people with too much business. You want them to see you. And that's like Chase was saying, they're going to buy into you first. So showing them your personality, showing them what you have going on, you're going to build a large following that way. And people are really going to fall in love with you, and they'll never unfollow you like that.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Who's got anybody else have a tip on kind of content post?
I do in terms of the business.
Yeah.
I get 75% of my business always have through Instagram, kind of because I hid there in the beginning when I didn't want work to know I was doing it. But earlier we were talking about, well, what do you do if you're new and you don't have that big story yet? One thing we all know is that caught in the adventure. If you pick clear, crisp cotton adventure posts, reword the wording a little bit, because some of them are long, but this is what someone has to say about their It Works adventure. I've gotten a lot of distributors on my team who have related to me, and then some, there was an 18-year-old, I posted her story, and an 18-year-old that I have on my team waited till her birthday, literally the day after, to sign. I always ask my people, what post, what made you choose me over somebody else, or what post was it that drew in? Because I want to post more like that. So things that I post for the opportunity are caught in the adventure. I do overlays. I use PixArt or Word Swag to overlay when I got paid or when I got a loyal customer, what I was doing, kind of those lifestyle, hey, I'm sitting here watching my kids in the pool, and I got this email that I got paid. Or use that email that you get when you get a loyal customer or distributor to let people know what you're doing. And a lot of people have really plugged into that, and seeing, hey, I see that you're here, there, and the other, and I might be working that day. It might have been from the day before, but I can still post what I was doing at the time. And so don't be afraid, to be you. And then celebrating your team, that's a big thing. once you have a team, even if it's just one person and they got 4 loyals, let people know that you're there celebrating your team, that they have victories. That if you're on a training, sometimes I'll do pictures of the training, showing that they're not alone. They're in business for themselves, but definitely not by themselves. And then we did talk earlier about that selfies and then writing the opportunity underneath, or your family. I really want to reiterate that branding piece, because people will not click on that picture. Those statistics that Chase read of all the F's, those are the things that statistically, no matter what you're doing, people click on. So that's, if you want them to read about the opportunity, you have a better chance once they're plugged into that picture.
Yes.
So, yeah. Well, I have a little trick that I do. I don't know if this is a good time to talk about it, but I've deemed it on my team loving your likes. And we all know if somebody likes your post, follow up, especially if it's an opportunity post or a product post. But on my team, I train them, and I actually on Instagram, anybody, even on my lifestyle, nothing about it works post, I will message those people and find something on their page to comment or like, even on a personal post, because they're engaged, they're interacting, they're watching me. I've had a lot of followers when I've asked why they stayed with me. Oh, well, you reached out when my husband had brain cancer, like stuff I don't even remember that I did 8 months before. And I really kind of went to the messaging portion, like how's your husband doing? I'm praying for him. Stuff like that relational piece is so important. And I actually start that, if I'm really mindful and I have time, when I'm going through and adding people, and we can talk about how to do that. I'm sure, Kaye, that's on your list. One little trick I do is when I search or I want to add somebody, I'll go in and like their picture and comment, and my return ratio is a lot better on followers when I've actually commented before. They're like, oh, this girl liked my picture and actually wrote something. Takes a little bit longer, but if you have time, those statistics and follow backs are so much greater, and I wish I had time to do it more. But when you're actually engaged in creating the relationship right from the get-go, or if they follow you back, say, hey, thanks so much. Something that doesn't look like a message. We all get those, that's computerized. But something like, hey, I love those pictures of your daughter. I look forward to getting to know you in these 9 squares. So those are some relational pieces I added.
Yeah, so we're going to go into building that list and really boosting engagement through building your audience, because I want you guys to know that this is so much more than just posting on Instagram. It's just not going to happen for you if you think you're just going to sit here and post on social media. We're giving you what we suggest to post about, but it's so much more than that. I know this was talked about tonight. This is about creating a discipline and building this. This is a business, and you've got to treat your Instagram like it's a business if you choose to build this way. And so that's why you're on this Zoom, to learn about this. But we sit around, we're on our chat over here going, make sure you delete your BOGO post. And we're going, because we engage with every single person that likes our post or comments on it, or engages in our stories, because we know that they're a potential customer or distributor, and we know that we need to go in to their account and like and comment and make sure we've already private messaged them and make sure we've reached out and make sure we've engaged. And so we're going to talk about that too. And so before we go on to building the audience, let's talk specifically about what to do now that your posts have been liked or even commented on. What's next? This is about engagement. This is about really building your brand even further. So I know Trisha, you kind of hit on this. So I know Stephanie, you're, I know that this is your discipline, is really taking the time to send these private messages and like and comment and really engage back. So what tips do you have for them on engagement? Are you there?
You want me to go?
Yeah, Stephanie.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted someone else to go to. Okay. So, being genuine, if you don't like a photo, don't comment on it. That's a really just be genuine. Keep them short. You don't need to what do I say? If you like the photo, say, love it. Let
me reiterate. This is specifically for those people that have already liked or commented on your photos. Before we go into building a new audience, let's talk about those people. Let's say you made a post today and you and your son were in and you got likes. What are you going to do with those likes?
Oh, okay. Reaching out, messaging them. Okay, so I'm going to private message them, and I'm going to say, thanks for the love on my page. I'm going to read you one, because I have like something that is like so like to the point, but it's kind of like telling them like, this is a good one. People are going to love this one. I just say, are you being, thanks for the love on my page. Are you just being awesome, or were you interested in my business?
Yeah.
I love that.
Because it's kind of
similar. I say, hey, love, or I'll say their name if I can clearly tell their name. Just wanted to follow up on your post. Like, are you interested in, this was for the BOGO sale. Are you interested for the BOGO sale for skinny wraps, or are you just sending social love?
Yes.
A little bit of both, actually. Can you explain more how the wraps work? What's her immediate response to me? So
I love that, because I do a similar thing, Kay. Like, or are you just showing some love or support or being awesome? Because I love that you give them like almost two options. You know, you're not like on them about the sale. You're just like, hey, I really appreciate it. I just had to reach out to check. If not, thanks for being awesome. So I think it's so perfect, because so many people are sending out messages that are just like, thanks for the like. Are you interested? And that way it's more personal in building that relationship. So I'm glad Stephanie went over that. Yeah.
Anybody else? Is there anybody else have a good, I mean, that's really all I do is
Well, sometimes when I see that a person has liked multiple pictures and I realize I haven't messaged them yet, like if I go to start messaging people and I'm like, oh my God, I recognize this name. She's always liking. How have I not sent her a message? I'll just send her something like, hey girl, are you going to keep liking my post, or are you going to join my team already? Or hey girl, are you going to keep liking my post, or are you going to get yourself some skinny wraps? And then they're like, ha 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 ha. Oh my God, I've been meaning to message you. And like, so when it's kind of like laid back like that, it's a great way to kind of break the ice if it's someone where the relationship has really been built already. But yeah, just keep it simple and fun.
Anybody else that want me to post that verbiage?
Why don't we all message it to you on that message board, Kay?
Okay.
We could all post it on the pages.
Yeah, do that, and then we'll post it on the pages, because this is going to go away when this is over.
Right.
Yeah, Brittany, my name, someone just asked, my name on Instagram is Chase B Fit. But like we said, go to our Instagram accounts. Don't actually follow us, be a ghost follower, because having multiple it works people on one account can really mess with the algorithm. So just our pages are public, so you can just go to it whenever you want to see anything. Just don't actually click that follow button, if that makes sense.
For those of you that are private, maybe what they can do is they can screenshot some examples, and we'll collage together for you guys, so you all can see it and share it on your team pages. I think that's going to help a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about now it's really that important. Once a like has happened, once someone has liked your photo, whether it's a business post or a product post. If it's a business post, I would do the same thing. It's just asking if they're interested, like, are you just being awesome? Or are you interested in my business? I love that. So product post, business post, we've accomplished that. Now let's talk about how to expand your market, how to really continue to brand yourself and to bring in new followers, because this is about having to reach out. Instagram, again, you've got to look for people to follow, so that the people that you specifically want, that you would want on your team or you would want as a potential customer, and you've got to know how to find these people, and you've got to know what to look for, and you've got to do the same discipline that you're doing with commenting on the likes, and you've got to specifically focus on bringing in new followers. And so, Katie, when you started at 300 followers and you've built your brand on Instagram, how did you start that process? I mean, what can you tell? We've got a lot of people saying, I'm brand new to Instagram. I've never done this before. I mean, how are they going to start to build an audience?
It's really important. Like if you already have like an Instagram that you maybe have 200, 300, even 100 followers. I started with just like friends of friends, because I'm 21. So when I first started the business, I was 19. And I had a lot of people that were just going away to college and like, kind of like meeting, friends at college, and maybe they're friends of friends. So I just kind of went to friends of friends. But I've also done things like I do not hashtag, because hashtags, I mean, I did hashtag in the beginning, but it takes work. Like you can't just hashtag something that's super mainstream, because then you're going to run into like everybody is hashtagging the same thing and looking at the same hashtag. So you want to go away from the mainstream hashtags, look at hashtags that have maybe, I like to say less than like 5,000 hits, because those are the people that are just average, that like they don't really like they're just hashtagging kind of funny things, like funny jokes, maybe just something small. But if you're hashtagging things like getting fit or hashtag healthy eating, you're going to run into a million other distributors, a million other companies that are like targeting that person. So whenever I do I don't anymore, but when I used to hashtag to start, it was something that had less than 5,000 hits. And you can look on Instagram and it's going to show you how many hits it has. So keep the hits low if you're going to hashtag.
Love that tip.
Also, as far as that's pretty much the only way I did it. I don't do the stories, friends of friends, and hashtag to start. And now once you build a following, once I get a new follower, I'll go to their page, like and comment on 1 or 2 of their photos, and go to their most recent, if it's like a selfie or something, see who liked it, and then go ahead and follow those people. And then usually I follow 20 to 30 of their followers, and then kind of go from their followers to their followers to their followers to their followers. And by doing that, I find a better following, because Instagram now shows how many mutual followers you have. So if you have a few mutual followers, I get a lot better follow back rate, kind of interacting like that.
Awesome. Okay. Who else has a tip?
I would like to add that when I started on Instagram, I also Instagram was something that I started because of It Works. I didn't have it before, and now I have almost 10,000 followers. So if you're just starting, you can do it too. And this is what Katie has done, and I do. We just do it a little different. She's still private, because when you're following people and you have a private account, they're really intrigued about who you are, and they're like, this person just followed me. I want to know who they are. So they will request you to follow you to see who you are. And so I have gone back to that. Whenever I'm building, I immediately switch my account over to private, because I want them to be intrigued to come back. But when it comes to posting, I keep my account public, because that way it pushes out a little further to more people. So having that intriguement when following people, being private and they can't really see anything other than your bio, I think is really powerful. And whenever someone requests to follow me back, before I accept that request, I immediately go to their profile and I comment on at least 5 pictures and like at least 5 pictures and comment on 1. Genuine. And then I accept it and they can come see me, because they're like, wow, he's real. He's going to give me attention. He's not some robot. I'm going to want to follow him. So I think it's really powerful when building to be in private mode and posting to be in public mode. Yeah, that's all I wanted to add to what she said. I think that's brilliant about the 5,000 hits on hashtags. That's amazing, Katie. It's like total aha moment.
Stephanie, do you have a tip?
Well, what I do is I target where I want to build my business. So I'm not saying create more than 1 Instagram, please. I have 2 Instagram accounts, and 1 I build internationally and 1 I build locally. So how I do that is I look up locations of places in a specific country that I want to target. And then I also look up places local to me that I go to a lot. So what I do is I'll go to their page, if they have a business page, and anyone that has recently posted a photo and tagged themselves there, well, we all know that they are active on Instagram, right? They're not someone that you're going to follow and they haven't been on Instagram in a year. So I like following those people, because then I know that they're active.
Yeah. Definitely locations are so powerful, because I always try to, when I post, tag myself in some location, and it's not necessarily where I am physically, it's just in the area, because constantly tagging yourself in a certain area, you're going to more likely show on somebody's explore page if they're also in that area. So tagging yourself in locations is awesome. I mean, guys, I might be sitting on my couch working one day, make a post and tag myself in the Starbucks, 10 miles away. Just because I know a lot of people tag themselves there and go there, and it's going to show up on their explore page. So I'm glad you brought that up. Locations are huge.
Big time.
I will also search location. That's how I find a lot of people. I will also, because I'm a mom and because I love fashion and I love the blogging community, I will find people in that industry that or really cool boutiques that I love, that I just think maybe their kids toddler fashion is amazing, and I'll go to let's say a boutique that I love that is specifically for boys and boys and girls, but toddler clothing. I'll go to their most recent photo, and I want to find, like Katie said, I want to find engaged followers. I want to find people who are active on Instagram. So I'll go to their most recent photo of something that I really love. Maybe it's a little boy's outfit that I think is so stinking cute. I'll go comment on it, but I'll go and follow the people that liked that post, and most importantly, the ones that commented on it. I'm looking for other moms like me who think that same photo is cute, and I will go engage with those other people, because again, I'm looking for people that I can have similar interests in. And so that is one way that I do it as well. So like Chase, we've all talked about tonight, whatever your interests are, search for those things. And that's how you're going to get more authentic followers. That's how I've grown my Instagram most dramatically over the last year, is by truly engaging with people who have similar interests as mine. And that can also just be the same as if you go follow, like, I don't know, a local restaurant in your town, or the mall where, I find a mom who's also has her son or daughter at the playground at the mall. I'll go follow her, and I'll go look for posts at that local, playground or whatever, and look for people. Yeah, it's like scouting them out. I'm looking for people who I think are interesting and have good posts and good content, or just maybe I think could use the extra income or could use the product. And, people who just engage in the same type of verbiage or interest that I am, and just want to engage with them too. So it is work, but it matters. And this is how you find authentic people who are genuinely interested in what you have going on too.
Yeah, I agree with that completely, because guys, you should enjoy what you see on your news feed too. You shouldn't not like what you're seeing, or disagree with certain things or certain opinions. And if you see somebody post something that you don't like on your news feed, unfollow them. Like we just said, there are 400 million active users a day. You're going to find somebody else you have something more in common with. But definitely you should enjoy what you're seeing on your page by going to big pages like Kaye said also, and certain hobbies and interests and stuff. I mean, you guys might know this about me because I post about it all the time, but people connect with me about it. I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. So I go to Game of Thrones page like crazy and find people that have interest in me, and I sign up customers and distributors that way, along with other certain interests. But I love their posts too. I look forward to their posts like they look forward to mine. So definitely just sit down and take the time to write out what are some of your interests, what you really love, what you love scrolling, what pages you go to, things you like to watch on TV, movies, activities, things like that. Write them down and start finding great pages to follow, and connect with people that follow that page also. Definitely.
You can search. So let me show you guys. So once you click the search bar at the top of, let me see if it's going to actually, yeah.
There you go.
Search bar. Oops. Once you click the search bar at the top, you can start typing things in. I typed in not live music, toddler boy mom. Hang on. There. Toddler. I typed in toddler mom life. It had 7,900 posts. Okay.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. So I would go through here, and I would be looking for people or posts that were intriguing to me, and then I would start engaging. Places is up here on the right. Okay. So I clicked a park local to me, and then you can go through and start scrolling through. So it just gives you perspective. So you can think of restaurants that are family friendly, restaurants you love to, social, places in town, museums. I mean, where do kids, whatever your market is. I'm thinking of kids because I'm in mom mode, but that's where I go. Anything else, Trisha? Anything else on posting and engaging, and not posting, but following and building that audience?
I do the same thing that y'all do with the locations, and then I look at, my girls are in gymnastics, so I'll search gymnastics mom, and same thing. I want people that are active, that have just posted. I'll search different gyms, even if they're a little out of the area, like the higher volume gyms or competitions, stuff like that. And I like Chase's idea of posting a little bit differently than where he is, but around there. I've done that too.
Awesome.
And all I would add to just gaining that following is that if you want love, you have to give love. And I know Katie kind of touched on this and so did Kay, but like that's where power hours come in, you guys. And if you don't know what a power hour is, get with your uplines about them. What I love to do, I mean, they've embedded in me so much I know exactly what to do. But in the beginning, I would always just go to Kay and Stephanie's Zoom that they did where it was just a power hour. Everyone came together and they timed it and they said, do this. Okay, done, do that, done, do this, done, do that. Because that's where the real working gears of building a business on Instagram come together. And you're going to give that love, but make sure that you are sending out love. Like when I'm following new people and bringing in new audiences, I want to be giving them love. So I always make it a goal to genuine comment on at least 20 photos on Instagram a day and stuff like that. But you will be able to learn how to do that in a timely manner if you just do power hours on a daily or every other day level. And there's a great video of it on the team pages of a power hour that you can literally put on your computer and listen to it while you do it on your phone, and they'll tell you everything to do. But definitely don't just bring people in, also give them love at the same time.
So the question is, how many posts per day? I've learned that I've learned through just being in a community with other bloggers and just connecting and learning a lot about Instagram. I will say that at least 1 to 3 solid content posts a day,
yes.
A solid, great photo is all you really need at this point. Because how the algorithm works today, this is different. This was different years ago, but how the algorithm works today is it's based on the more likes and the more engagement you have. And so I will say that I wanted to bring this up because I feel like I've got to give Trisha a huge leadership applause right now, because I'm on her team page, and something that she does that I just think is so brilliant is you do a social shout out a day, and that she'll pick someone on her team and she'll have her team go engage with that person on their social media, like their Instagram, so that they build up the likes and build up the rapport, and so they start getting the attention and beat the algorithm on Instagram. So Trisha, that is like, I love seeing your leadership in that regard. That is just brilliant.
Thank you. And actually, the other good part about it is it's not just like, if it's my page and it's my day to post and I'm new, it's not just me as Trisha or me as newbie saying, hey, here's this product. I might not have that confidence yet, but if you come in and have people that have tried the product and they're posting results, they're saying, oh my gosh, I love it. Here's my favorite thing about it. It really gives that oomph to newbies or people that have been in the business forever. Who doesn't love to boost their algorithms? We actually talked about doing something like that with lives, possibly this month. So everybody is signing up for it instead of just dates for the shout outs. We've done that 2 months in a row, but last month was a really big month for my team. And a lot of us on our day got loyal customers, but talking about doing lives. And then on that day, everybody has to be tuned in to that live. So we have yet to do those signups, but just for that engagement piece, that was really beneficial for our team. So
this is where you guys, support each other. This is where you guys go and like each other's photos, and this is where you go engage. And this is, this is why it's more important to have great content that people are going to be drawn to and actually physically like than it is to have multiple posts throughout the day. And that is just because of the algorithm now. So that is the only reason that we would say that today. Now, 2 years ago, we probably would have told you post, at least 6 to 8 times a day is what we were teaching, but that's not the case anymore. It's specifically about content at this point and getting likes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's great. 1 to 3 times a day. The algorithm has changed. When I first started with Instagram, 6 to 8 times a day, got tons of interaction, and then it changed. So you had to bring it back down. So 1 to 3 is good. But one of the reasons why I love having my Facebook link in my bio, you guys, is so people can connect with me there. But like Kay said, it's more of a magazine type thing on your Instagram, and then your Facebook similar things, but also maybe a little bit more personal, a little bit more raw, you know, hair up in a bun, doing dishes, those types of things, sharing passionate things, you know, sharing different pages that you like and stuff like that. So I think it's really important to post 1 to 3 times a day on Instagram, but on your Facebook, try to post about 6 times a day. And you can either take 3 of those posts that you did on Instagram and just copy them onto your Facebook if you want. I encourage you to change them up a little bit. But I think it's really powerful when people can look at your Instagram and then go to your Facebook and see other content. You don't want, you know, one thing that I learned from the Instagram coach a couple years ago was you don't want people going from your Instagram to your Facebook and seeing the exact same thing, the exact same pictures, the exact same verbiage. That's why I love live videos. I know we touched on that. They touched on that last week in last week's Zoom on the Facebook training. I love that my Instagram followers can come over to my Facebook and see other content, but then they can also see me talking and see that I'm real and see my body language and hear my passion. So I think it's really, really powerful to have that balance. 1 to 3 posts on Instagram, 4 to 6 posts a day on Facebook, change it up, show different content. And that's also going to just only benefit you on Instagram when they're Facebook stalking you.
So let's quickly just talk about, story, because I feel like in engagement, this is so important. You know, you guys have the Instagram story feature up here. Boom, there it is. Okay. So you can start a story and, or you can go live on Instagram now too, which is, you know, there's just no algorithm attached to this at this point. And so stories are a great way to give people kind of a behind the scenes look into, you know, let's say you made a post today about, you know, how you were just so grateful that you got to spend time with your kids because it's Tuesday and it was 2:00 and you got to take them to swim class and to lunch and you got to play and we're so grateful that, you know, you're blessed and blah, 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 blah. You made that post, right? But now you can do an Instagram story where you can showcase what that looked like. What did swim class look like? You know, what did playtime look like? And what was behind the scenes, a more like Chase is talking about, a more raw footage version of it. And this is why I like story, because on story, you actually get to see a greater audience of people who are actually looking at your story. Maybe they're not liking your pictures. Maybe you have, you know, 25, 50 likes on your pictures at this point. But on Instagram story, you had 247 people look at your Instagram story. Well, guess what? You can actually see who those people were. Mind you, those stories are gone in 24 hours. They're going to be gone. So you're not going to see who that audience is anymore. But you can actually see who's looking at that. And those are people that you might want to go engage with. Those are people that you might want to go to their profiles and like and comment and interact because they're watching your story. So chances are they have a higher ratio of paying more attention to you too and your posts. Or maybe they're nervous to message you. You don't know. So that was one of my tips on story that I really wanted to hit on tonight, is to use that feature more often because you're really going to gain a greater idea of who's really watching you too.
Yeah, I love this story. I think it's awesome. Like you said, you can capture lifestyle and chaos and things. Like the story for you on Instagram, if you got kids running around your house screaming, you're doing this and that, that's great to just record them having fun, put it on there, show some lifestyle and stuff like that. But what I love about the Instagram story that's different from Snapchat, because I love Snapchat and that the story premise is the same, is that the Instagram story allowed you to like upload pictures and post it on. Like you don't have to actually physically take it like you do on Snapchat to post it onto your story. You can post from your camera album on your phone. So I love posting before and afters on my story because it keeps my page looking clean, but people can still go see results up in my story. So it's a great place for those to keep your page looking clean. But just try to get in the habit of just sharing random things throughout your day. If you think it's fun, if you're enjoying it, if you're having fun, if it touches your heart, take a picture of it, take a little video of it, add it to your story. It takes no time. And you, like Kaye said, I love how you put that behind the scenes look. That's awesome. I got to write that down.
So on that note, because you said that, I have to talk about before and afters on Instagram real quick.
Okay.
Because as much as I want to see everyone's bellies, because I'm so proud of our product. I really don't want to see them on Instagram timelines because you don't have to anymore. Here's the thing. Instagram did us a huge favor. I feel like they made this feature just for It Works people. So we can show before and afters on a different page. So I'm just going to give you an example. So here's my feed. Oh my gosh, so sorry about okay, so here's this is like tough. So here's here's hair, skin, and nails right here, okay? So let me bring that back. All right, so I'm gonna click on that. Because of this feature, now when you click this is what you see. So this is drawing your attention in, right? But when you scroll, when you swipe left, or all before and afters, so this gives you a chance to showcase more of what hair, skin, and nails does than you could with just one before and after picture. So in the verbiage, it talks about, I'm looking for 10 spots for more product models and et cetera. And you can even say swipe left to see some before and afters if you want to. But this way, this feature allows you to post multiple pictures at a time. And how you do that is when you go to, I'm going to find a picture of, all right, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm going to post Kennedy. So when I go to post Kennedy's picture, I click right here, and then I can add multiple ones, okay? So I can add that, I can add that, I can add that. So I've added 5. These you guys are going to see your from me making my collages, but you're going to see your faces. You're going to see multiple ones. Now they're all up here. So when I click next, those are all the pictures that I've chosen for my post. And when I click next, I can write my post out. Okay. And so it's the same way, but this time you actually get to make your slideshow. So isn't that incredible?
Yeah, I love that.
Great tip. Okay, I think that's it. Stephanie has to go. Katie, last words, last tip for the night if you have one.
I just want to say that like what you just said about the before and afters, that is gold. That's like one of the best things that I've done for my business is using that like swipe feature. And something that's so cool that I think is really good. Whenever I do a before and after, I always love to take a picture of myself. So like if it's like the wrap, I'll take a picture of me like in some workout pants and a sports bra, or like a workout top and some yoga pants, or like some workout pants, and it could be like a weight loss, and I'll even like add on like text over my photo, like 90-day weight loss challenge, or like getting fit, or get fit challenge, or something like that. And I get a lot like of response with that when it's my personal picture. Like people can tell it's me, they see my tattoos, they see my body, they just know. Same thing with like hair, skin, and nails, the cleanse. I love just posting pictures of myself, taking cute pictures of like me and my workout clothes. I get so much interaction from that, and girls are just paying attention. They see me being a product of the product, and especially this is like, I know this works on Instagram too, but I mean on Facebook, but on Instagram, when people see your before and afters and they see you like sharing the product and you looking good and losing weight and just getting fit, that the product will literally fly off. Like you will sell so much if you're sharing your personal testimonies and your personal pictures. Because I'm telling you, whenever I gained a little weight over the holidays, lost it, so many people, I signed up like 22 customers like that. So like just use the products, take pictures of yourself with the products. And by doing that and then do the swipe feature, show before and afters, it's golden. You'll get so many customers like that.
And even if they haven't tried a product yet, like for example, let's say someone's pregnant and they just can't use a certain product. They may not have yet they may not yet have I think about like Trisha, they may not be able to say, I'm rapping tonight, but you can share, why you're excited to rap, or why you're excited because you saw so many awesome results and you're so inspired by the product. You can really still sell and be emotional about that. Or like for me, let's say Estro Rhythm, like I can't use that, but I could talk about it because I have clients that use it and it's such a great product for them. Or, hair, skin, and nails, you may not have yet your hair, let's say you ordered it and it's not going to be in for 8 days. and you're so excited to use it, you still can share why you're excited to use it and how it's going to enhance your life, and show before and afters that you get off the Pinterest account, because those are real life people who have used the product. So there's really no reason why you can't share your excitement about it just because you haven't tried it yet, but we do encourage you guys to be a product of the product. But let's face it, you're not gonna have every product right when you start. You're not gonna have a testimony yet, but you can still be animated and excited about it even though you haven't used it yet. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Absolutely.
I like to take, whenever like you're pregnant or something, even taking a picture of you just being pregnant and talking about how excited you are to have the baby and get these awesome results, swipe right or swipe left or whatever it is, to see these awesome before and afters. And same thing with the hair, skin, nails. Like, take a picture of your hair and be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have amazing results with this awesome product. Swipe. And like, people are just, they'll love it. Like, so definitely you do not have to have the product up front, but still selfie and take pictures of yourself and show yourself and be excited. And so many people love that.
Such a great. Trisha, anything else to add to that?
No, that's what I've been doing. I've been chatting a lot about, like, I can't wait to use, like, my husband's been using ThermaFit. So I really, on his page, he's been talking about his stuff. So I'm like, hey, my husband's been using it. I'm using it. I'll post a picture and then say, hey, I can't wait 6 more weeks till baby. And then we start being able to use the products. So excited.
You're just right? You're just pulling in an audience. You're getting them. You're going to pull them in through your excitement and through your just genuine, about the product. Like that, just fuel that you're going to feed into your account is just going to pull them in. So just be authentic, but don't be afraid to post about something you don't know that much about. I love even sharing great pictures of other people that have posted selfies with other products, and just so that we can say, let's say it's Katie. Katie's so excited for her hair, skin, and nails because this blah, 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 blah. This is what she said on Facebook. And I'm just so excited for her to try the product. And there's nothing wrong with that either, because that is real life, So just to give you guys some more, I was reading the comments and wanted to give you guys some more post ideas, just so you understood where we're coming from. But you'll see that, we're going to give you those examples even more in a format later. But I hope this was helpful, because I feel like it was. I'm watching the chats, like such great training, really good info.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
Amazing training.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to wrap it up because we're done.
Can I add one quick thing? Like, seriously, so quick. The only thing I just want to add to you guys that are just starting off on Instagram, that maybe you've even been in the business for a while, but you're going to just start to put more time into your Instagram and social media. Please know that it takes time. A lot of time, a lot of consistency. It's a daily thing. If you're just starting Instagram today, you need to expect that the fruits of your labor are going to come in the next couple of months, not next week. Okay, so it's going to take time. Make sure you work it on a daily level. Be patient, have faith and trust in the process, and just focus on the 4 main things that we talked about today, which is posting, interacting, expanding your network, and messaging, and you're going to be golden.
So many great tips. You guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now.